Have you ever noticed how one simple touch can change everything between two people? Not loud words, not expensive gifts, just a quiet moment when your hand touches hers, and suddenly the atmosphere feels different. Here's something most men never understand. Attraction for mature women is not only about looks or money, it's about emotional connection, safety, and subtle chemistry. The right touch at the right moment can communicate more than 1,000 sentences. Think about charismatic men like David Beckham. Their confidence isn't loud. It's calm, controlled, and natural, and that calm energy shows in the way they interact physically. But here's the mistake most men make. They either avoid physical contact completely, acting nervous and distant, or they try to escalate too quickly, which instantly destroys trust. A mature woman notices these signals immediately, because emotional intelligence is incredibly attractive to her. She is not looking for a boy who panics around her. She is drawn to a man who understands timing, respect, and emotional awareness. A man whose touch feels natural, confident, and meaningful. In this video, you'll discover 7 powerful types of touch that create emotional connection, attraction, and deep trust with a mature woman. These are not manipulative tricks. They are subtle psychological signals that communicate confidence, warmth, masculinity, and emotional security. By the end of this video, you'll understand the touch that instantly builds comfort and trust, the touch that creates romantic tension, the touch that signals protective masculine energy, and the final touch that makes a woman feel deep emotional intimacy. Because when touch is done with confidence and respect, it activates powerful emotions. And sometimes, that small moment of connection is exactly what makes a woman start seeing you differently, not just as someone she talks to, but as a man she begins to fall deeply in love with. Understanding why touch matters to a mature woman. Before learning the 7 powerful touches, it's important to understand why physical connection plays such a critical role in attraction, especially with mature women. Younger relationships often rely heavily on excitement, looks, or superficial flirting. But mature women are far more emotionally aware. They evaluate men based on emotional intelligence, calm confidence, and the ability to create a feeling of safety. Touch becomes a silent form of communication that expresses intent, confidence, and respect without needing long explanations. When done naturally, it can create comfort, trust, and attraction simultaneously. However, when done poorly, too aggressively, or too timidly, it sends the wrong signals. Many men fail because they either avoid touch entirely or escalate too quickly without emotional connection. Understanding timing and emotional context allows a man to communicate masculine presence without appearing needy or desperate. In this sense, touch is not simply physical contact. It becomes a subtle psychological language that mature women interpret instantly. Touch 1. The gentle greeting touch. The first touch begins the moment you meet. A confident handshake, a light touch on the shoulder, or a warm greeting hug sets the emotional tone of the interaction. This type of contact communicates friendliness and ease. When done calmly, it removes the awkward barrier between two people and creates immediate familiarity. Mature women often pay close attention to the energy of the first interaction. If a man appears nervous or avoids physical contact entirely, it may signal insecurity. On the other hand, respectful and confident contact communicates social confidence. This simple greeting touch is the foundation that allows deeper connection to develop naturally throughout the interaction. Touch 2. The guiding touch. A subtle guiding touch on the back or elbow, while walking into a restaurant or crossing a busy street, communicates leadership and protective energy. This type of contact is not about dominance, but about presence. It shows that a man is attentive to the environment and comfortable taking initiative. Mature women often find this attractive because it signals reliability and awareness. The key is that the gesture remains gentle and respectful. When executed correctly, the guiding touch creates a feeling of security and emotional comfort. Touch 3. The playful connection touch. Attraction grows through moments of shared laughter and emotional energy. During lighthearted conversation or playful teasing, a brief touch on the arm or shoulder reinforces the emotional bond. This type of contact communicates warmth and friendliness while keeping the interaction relaxed. It transforms ordinary conversation into something more personal and engaging. Many charismatic men naturally use this technique because it reinforces humor and storytelling in a subtle way. The result is an interaction that feels alive, rather than distant or formal. Touch 4. The protective touch. When a man places a reassuring hand on a woman's back during a crowded moment or when guiding her through a busy environment, it signals protective masculine energy. Mature women often interpret this gesture as a sign of calm leadership. It communicates that the man is aware of his surroundings and capable of handling situations confidently. The protective touch is subtle but powerful because it creates a sense of emotional security that deepens attraction over time. Touch 5. The emotional comfort touch. One of the most powerful moments for connection occurs during meaningful conversations. When a woman shares something personal or emotional, a gentle supportive touch on the hand or shoulder communicates empathy and understanding. This moment is not about romance but emotional presence. Mature women deeply appreciate men who listen and respond with calm, emotional support. This touch builds trust and demonstrates emotional intelligence. Touch 6. The romantic pause touch. As the connection grows stronger, certain moments of silence become meaningful. During eye contact or a pause in conversation, lightly holding her hand or briefly touching her fingers can create romantic tension. This moment communicates attraction without words. It signals confidence and emotional awareness. When done naturally, it can shift the energy from friendly interaction into romantic chemistry. Touch 7. The intimate affection touch. The final touch develops only after mutual comfort and attraction are established. Holding hands during a walk, placing an arm around her shoulders, or gently embracing during a quiet moment creates deep emotional intimacy. Mature women value affection that feels genuine rather than forced. This type of touch communicates commitment, warmth, and romantic interest while reinforcing the emotional bond between two people. Touch 1. The gentle greeting. Touch, foundation of attraction. The first few seconds when you meet a woman are far more powerful than most men realize. Before you even say a full sentence, before the conversation truly begins, she is already reading your energy, your posture, your eye contact, your confidence, and one small moment often sets the emotional tone of everything that follows. The greeting touch. Many men make one of two mistakes. The first mistake is complete hesitation. They avoid physical contact entirely because they fear being awkward. The second mistake is the opposite, overdoing it and making the interaction uncomfortable. A mature woman quickly notices both. What actually creates attraction is calm, natural confidence, a simple handshake with warm eye contact, a friendly greeting hug if the moment feels right, a light touch on the shoulder while saying hello. This type of touch sends an important message. I'm comfortable with myself and comfortable with you. Confidence is rarely loud. It's quiet and controlled. Look at charismatic public figures like David Beckham. His interactions with people always appear relaxed and natural. There's no nervous hesitation, and that energy is incredibly attractive. Because when a woman senses a man is socially comfortable, she subconsciously feels more comfortable too. This greeting touch also breaks an invisible barrier between two people. Without it, interactions sometimes stay formal and distant. With it, the atmosphere becomes warmer and more relaxed. But timing matters. The touch must feel respectful and brief, never forced. If she seems open and relaxed, a friendly greeting hug works perfectly. If the situation is more formal, a confident handshake is enough. The key is simple. Your touch should communicate warmth, respect, and ease. Nothing dramatic. Nothing complicated. Just the quiet signal that you're a man who knows how to connect naturally. And once that foundation is set, the rest of the interaction begins to flow much more smoothly. Touch 2. The guiding touch, masculine leadership signal. 1. Of the most attractive qualities a mature woman notices in a man is subtle leadership. Not controlling behavior, not arrogance, but calm, quiet initiative. And one of the easiest ways to communicate that energy is through the guiding touch. Imagine you're walking with a woman into a restaurant. You gently place your hand on her upper back while guiding her toward the entrance. Or when crossing a busy street, you lightly guide her by the elbow. These small gestures seem simple, but they send powerful psychological signals. They communicate 3 things instantly: awareness, confidence, protection. Mature women often find this deeply attractive because it reflects a man who is present and attentive. You're not distracted. You're not passive. You're aware of your environment and comfortable taking initiative. This kind of energy is often seen in confident leaders and athletes. Consider someone like Cristiano Ronaldo. Whether on the field or in public settings, his body language shows decisiveness and calm authority, and women naturally gravitate toward that type of presence. But again, subtlety is everything, so the guiding touch is not about control. It's about consideration and attentiveness. Your hand should be light and brief, just enough to signal direction. When done correctly, this touch creates a quiet emotional effect. She begins to feel safe and relaxed in your presence, and when a woman feels safe around a man, attraction has space to grow naturally. Touch 3. The playful connection touch, building emotional energy. Attraction thrives on emotional energy, and one of the fastest ways to create that energy is through playfulness. Think about the moments when people laugh together. Those moments feel lighter, more relaxed, more memorable. And during playful conversations, a small touch can amplify that connection. For example, imagine you're joking about something funny she said. You laugh and lightly tap her arm while teasing her. That brief moment does something powerful. It transforms the interaction from simple conversation into shared emotional experience. Charismatic men often do this naturally. Look at someone like Ryan Reynolds. His humor, teasing style, and relaxed body language create effortless chemistry in conversations. That same playful energy can exist in everyday interactions. The playful connection touch should always match the mood of the conversation. It should feel lighthearted and spontaneous. Never forced, never overly intense. Just a brief reinforcement of the emotional moment. These small touches gradually build familiarity and comfort, and over time they make your presence feel warm and enjoyable. Because when a woman associates you with laughter and positive emotion, she begins to look forward to being around you. Touch 4. The protective touch, masculine security signal. A mature woman is often drawn to a man who shows protective awareness, not aggressive behavior, not dominance, but calm attentiveness to the environment. The protective touch often appears in subtle situations. For example, you place a hand on her back while guiding her through a crowded room, or you gently move closer when passing through a busy area. These small gestures communicate something powerful. I'm aware of the world around us. Women instinctively respond to this type of presence because it signals security and reliability. A man who notices his surroundings and calmly takes care of small details often appears more dependable. Think of athletes known for their composed confidence like Tom Brady. Their presence feels calm even under pressure, and that calmness translates into daily interactions as well. The protective touch doesn't need to last long, just a brief guiding hand or reassuring gesture. But its emotional effect can be surprisingly strong, because it signals that you're not just present physically, you're aware and attentive. And that energy creates trust. Touch 5. The emotional comfort touch, deepening trust. One of the most meaningful moments in any interaction happens when conversation becomes personal, when someone opens up about their experiences, emotions, or challenges. In these moments, the goal is not attraction. The goal is connection. A gentle touch on the hand or shoulder while listening can communicate empathy more powerfully than words. It says, "I'm here. I understand." Mature women value emotional intelligence deeply. They are often drawn to men who can listen calmly without trying to dominate the conversation. Men like Keanu Reeves are admired partly because of this calm emotional presence. His interactions with others often appear respectful, patient, and thoughtful. That same energy creates trust in personal relationships. The emotional comfort touch should always feel supportive and sincere, never performative. When a woman feels emotionally understood, something important happens. She begins to see you not only as someone attractive, but as someone safe to trust. Touch 6. The romantic pause touch, creating chemistry. There are moments in conversation when words become unnecessary. A pause, eye contact, a quiet moment between two people. These moments often carry more emotional intensity than long conversations, and during these pauses, a gentle touch can transform the atmosphere. Lightly holding her hand for a moment, brushing fingers during a shared laugh. These gestures communicate attraction without pressure. They allow chemistry to develop naturally. Charismatic personalities like Chris Hemsworth often demonstrate this calm confidence. They are comfortable with silence and eye contact. They don't rush moments, and that patience creates tension in the best possible way. The romantic pause touch works because it allows both people to feel the connection instead of forcing it. And when attraction is felt rather than explained, it becomes much more powerful. Touch 7, the intimate affection touch, deep emotional bond. The final touch only appears when mutual comfort already exists. At this stage, both people feel relaxed, open, and emotionally connected. There is no pressure, no awkwardness, and no need to impress each other anymore. The energy between two people becomes calm and natural. Simple gestures like holding hands while walking, or placing an arm around her shoulders during a quiet moment, create a deep sense of emotional warmth. These actions may seem small on the surface, but psychologically they signal safety, trust, and closeness. These gestures communicate affection without needing dramatic displays or exaggerated romance. There is no need for grand performances when genuine connection already exists. In fact, the quieter the gesture, the more meaningful it often feels. Mature women especially tend to value genuine affection more than flashy romance. Grand gestures can be exciting in the beginning, but long-term attraction is built on emotional comfort. A calm, confident touch communicates something deeper than words ever could. Because affection reflects emotional security, it shows that both people feel safe being themselves. There is no fear of judgment, no need to constantly prove value, just a quiet understanding that the connection is real. Couples who share these small moments regularly build stronger bonds over time. These little gestures become a silent language between two people, a language of trust, warmth, and emotional presence. Even powerful public couples like Barack Obama and Michelle Obama often display this type of calm, affectionate connection. Their interactions reflect comfort, respect, and genuine partnership rather than performative romance. And that is the essence of the final touch. Not excitement, not performance, but quiet emotional intimacy. Because when touch expresses genuine warmth and confidence, something powerful happens. A woman stops seeing you as just another man in her life and begins to feel that you are someone she wants to stay close to, someone who brings calm into her world, someone whose presence feels natural and safe. And often, that quiet emotional connection becomes the strongest bond of all.